Zion Aleph. David, you want to just shut the fan off? Fan. Okay. Chamishi Zion. Vayibiyam Kalos Moshe Lokim Es HaMishkan. Okay, we're holding in Rashi over here. It says when Moshe concluded erecting the Mishkan, Rashi, Kalos Moshe, Betzal v'Oliov v'Chochacham Leiv Osus HaMishkan. Betzal and Oliov, they oversaw the Mishkan. All those who had wisdom of heart, they made the Mishkan. V'Tolakos b'Moshe. But yet, the Mishkan identifies with Moshe. It says when Moshe completed the Mishkan. Now, I mean, the question is a little difficult. Seemingly, the Medrash, Rashi citing a Medrash, it has difficulty here. If they all participated, what is it when Moshe completed the Mishkan? But it doesn't say in the Pasuk Moshe completed the Mishkan. It says Moshe completed the Hokimis Mishkan. That's to erect the Mishkan. So as the Gemara tells us, that for 7 days he erected it, dismantled it. Finally, on the 8th day, it took on a permanent status. That's what it's Kalos Lahokim. It doesn't say V'hi Kalos Moshe Es HaMishkan. If it would say he completed the Mishkan, okay, then you have a question. What about the rest of them? So you need the answer of the Medrash. That because Moshe was dedicated, he was Moshe Nefesh, he sacrificed selflessly for the Mishkan, and he was involved in everyone's participation, therefore everything identifies with him. But I mean, there has to be a basis for the question. What's the question? The question doesn't start. Because the Pasuk says clearly, when he completed Lahakim to erect the Mishkan. So I think what the question is, it's true, but why don't we identify the others? I mean, seemingly, all that's important. Moshe, when he finished erecting the Mishkan, what about Betzalel, what about Eliyav? Why aren't they identified somehow? They should be identified. It's true, he may have erected it, but what did he erect? He erected what everybody else participated. And Betzalel and Eliyav were even to a greater degree. That's the question of the Medrash. On that he says, because even what they did, because he was selflessly dedicated and to make sure everything was perfect, therefore even what they did identified with him. So therefore all that we have to speak about is Moshe erecting the Mishkan. That was the question. You know, to appreciate an answer, you have to understand what the question was. But if the question is seemingly is not a question, we don't need an answer, right? No, so it's clear that's not the question. It's clear that's not the question. We're not talking about credit. We're not talking about credit. That's in terms of getting credit. That's credit. Here we're talking about completing it. We're talking about he completed the Mishkan. Okay, maybe he's the primary. He should be the main one. What about the rest of them? Just ignore him. Still says, what's his name? Moshe took the Atzmos out of Egypt, right? But who gets credit says, Bnei Yisrael brought it to Canaan, because Moshe never went into Canaan. So from there we see everything goes based on the conclusion. Who buried Yosef in Shechem? No, I understand that, but you can't just totally ignore the person who also other people participated. They also participated. They were essential. See, you don't understand. You don't get the question, right? So because you don't understand the question, that's why you're asking your question. Okay. Whenever we say everything goes according to the conclusion. It's true. The main credit, you could make all the components of Mishkan. If nobody puts it together, what's its value? So of course, the primary person is the one who puts it together. Moshe took the Atzmos out of Yosef. What did Yosef want? He should be buried in Canaan. But if Moshe never buried him in Canaan, so what's the good of just taking him out of Egypt? So therefore, who gets credit for taking him out of Mitzrayim? The ultimate credit? Klal Yisrael, because what was the objective to take him out? To bury. So if he wouldn't have been buried, what would have been the value? Moshe never crossed the Yarden, never crossed the Jordan. Right? So therefore, they're the primary players. But Moshe still, it says, Moshe still took up Atzmas Yosef. Right? Moshe still gets credit. The ultimate credit, not. So the same thing here. Moshe will get the ultimate credit. If you don't erect it, what's its value? But to just totally ignore the rest of them. On that he answers, because even the rest of them, whatever they were able to do, was only because of Moshe. Let's read inside. V'shemos and Nafsholov, Liros Tavnis Kol Dover V'Dover. Because he gave his life, his nefesh, to see the form of every detail. Moshe Reu B'Hor, L'Horos Losim Locho, and he instructed the artisans, V'Lo Tov B'Tap Nesachos, and there wasn't a mistake regarding anything. Everything was perfect, according to specification, with the intent. Chein Motzinu B'David. V'Shemos Nafshal B'nei Beis Hamikdosh, Shenemar Zchor Hashem L'Dovid Es Kol Unusa Asher Nishba L'Hashem, how he actually was afflicted. V'Nikra Al Shmo Shenemar Ve'ei Beis David, Beis Chodovid, the Beis Hamikdash identifies over Shlomo Melech. Right, King Solomon built the Beis Hamikdash, but yet it's referred to as Beis Chodovid. Hashem says it's your house, it's your structure. That's a little facetious. Son is married to, he needs a house. His father pays for the house. See the house I built? The son. See the house I built? The father paid for the architect. What did you want? Because you told the architect all the extras that you need. Right? See the house I built? Your father wouldn't give you the check. Dad, when I call you, when you'll be invited to come, then you'll come. Understand? Because I built the house, the son. Understand? Okay? That's not the way it's supposed to be. Biyom kalos Moshe l'hokim. Lo nema biyom hokim. It doesn't say the day that he erected. It says when he completed to erect it. Kalos. Malamech kol shiva shimei hamiluim hoya Moshe ma'amidu mafarko. That the 7 days of Miluim, the inauguration, he would erect it and then dismantle it. Bosa yom, on the 8th day, hamido v'lo perko. He built it, he erected it, and he didn't dismantle it. Didn't take it apart. Kachdem b'yom kalos Moshe l'hokim. Osiyom kolu hakamosav. All the multiple times that he erected it, this was the last time he erected it. Because after this, who erected it? The Levim. Right? That was their responsibility. V'schodesh nisan hoyo. B'sheni nisru haporo. Second nisan, they burnt the por aduma. V'shlishi huzazoi rishona. They sprinkled them. Shvi gulchu. To be continued. Let's see the moral.